Doug, I'm wondering if you can clarify what you mean by this notion of connecting psychologists to the larger culture.
The notion refers to the concept that psychological science and the research that we have about all aspects of human behavior isn't adequately being conveyed to our society. We want the person on the street to understand something in layperson's terms about what psychological science has to say.
Well, don't you think that people really already get a pretty good dose of things from talk shows or popular press self-help books?
I think there's a distinction to be drawn, quite frankly, between pop psychology and legitimate psychological science. We're used to hearing sound bites in this society, fast food, fast information, fast pain relief, everything. And what I want to encourage is that we get psychological science as applied to society's concerns, larger social concerns, and concerns on the individual level as well.
Can you tell me some examples of things you're thinking about?
There are the broad social implications for how we respond, for instance, to significant national events, whether it has to do with changes in the economy, changes in the political landscape, major worldwide events or crises, all the way down to the level of the individual who is experiencing workplace stress or concerns about how to relate or get along with their neighbors. Psychological science has something to say about all of this, but it isn't getting adequately transmitted to the layperson in layperson's terms. We're talking about getting our information out of the journals and into the streets.
Well, that's a really exciting idea. And we're so used to just talking to each other and writing things in psychologies. Do you have any ideas about how to teach psychologists to be more accessible?
Well, first of all is, of course, to continue our efforts in recruiting psychologists into media training so that we become much more savvy in taking complicated research and translating it for consumption by the public. But I think it goes beyond that into more innovative technological ways. For example, I think of a good friend and colleague, Dr. Laura Kastner, whose specialty is family systems and adolescent mental health and writes books on parenting. When she writes a book, she also generates a blog and contributes articles to it for the individuals who want to address certain issues in their parenting skills. That's just one example, but people can participate in their community newsletters or community forums. There's all sorts of ways for psychologists to become more visible in bringing psychological science to the public.
That's really exciting because so much of what we do really can help people's lives on much larger levels than one-to-one emotional distress, can't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we need to really think about how to get out of our labs, out of our classrooms, out of our offices once in a while and communicate with the public, because there is really no other social science that has the same potential for improving the human condition and social welfare as psychology.
I'll look forward to further discussions on this topic.
Thanks.